Hey, what's up guys, Gabe here. Hey, so October is quickly turning into one of the best months ever, it seems like, for survival horror announcements and trailers. Of course, I'm talking about the very recent announcement of the long-rumored remake of Silent Hill 2 by Konami. And also that absolutely jaw-dropping gameplay footage of a Resident Evil 4 remake coming out from Capcom. So first up, Konami comes out and hits us with their Silent Hill transmission. Now, admittedly, just like a lot of the game companies do when they make announcements like this, they come out and do this very stilted, awkward acting, and they're all like, oh, hey, fellow gamers, guess what? We have some great news for you. Are we talking about video games today? But after all the awkward niceties, they hit us with the Silent Hill 2 trailer. And this trailer looked absolutely amazing. From the initial shot of that disgusting ass cockroach laying on that floor to when it panned out to have the full shot and the full scene of that dingy rest stop restroom right before Harry Mason walks in, I was blown away. And I feel like they completely nailed the whole creepy vibe of that whole scene. The art style is a beautiful reworking of the original, and I was really surprised of how close they actually got to the original shots of the intro. As we get Harry Mason, the actual character, the main character of the story, going through all of these infamous cutscenes, and even some of the new ones as well. Now, this game is not done by Konami themselves. They're actually outsourcing this game to a Polish studio called the Bloober team. Now, this team does have some people worried, just because Bloober isn't really known for any outstanding new IPs that they've created. They're mostly known for The Medium, which came out, that really didn't do all that well, and then also the Blair Witch Project, the game. However, this is thankfully not a game that Bloober has to, come up with out of thin air or anything. All the source material's already there, the story's already there. They're just being hired to rework and to remake the original. And from what they've shown us so far, it does look absolutely fantastic. And even though Konami isn't making this themselves, the original art director and composer for the original games are coming back, which is also a plus. It should definitely ease some of the people's minds who are worried about in what direction it's going to go. And the game will be built in Unreal Engine 5, which from everything I've heard is a really impressive engine that a lot of people are starting to look into and use, obviously. And also, in a Video Games Chronicle interview, the producer of Konami, Mokoi Akamoto, states that using this new engine, Unreal 5, they're able to, provide such a more immersive experience for gamers with the whole over-the-shoulder viewpoint, which is going to make people, be able to experience the town of Silent Hill in these settings in a much more detailed way. And Akamoto goes on to say that using some of Unreal 5's most impressive assets, which is Lumen and Nanite, the graphics are going to be brought up to just a whole nother level. Akamoto also goes on to state that the entire combat system is going to be overhauled. Now, this is clearly a good thing, but after playing games recently such as the Resident Evil 2 remake and Resident Evil 3 remake, and also The Last of Us Part 2, I have been, as well as I'm sure many people watching, completely spoiled by such a great combat system in modern over-the-shoulder person survival horror games that hopefully Bloober has a team set in place where they can definitely nail this. My only gripe with this, presentation was the fact that we didn't really get any actual gameplay footage. It was all trailers of cutscenes and whatnot in the game. But I think it's going to be all right. Konami, Bluebirds needs to let it bake for a while. Then I'm sure they'll come back at us with something very impressive. And then finally, guys, my favorite of the announcements. We got that incredible jaw-dropping trailer gameplay footage from Capcom for the Resident Evil 4 remake. And Capcom brought it hard and fast with this presentation. The gameplay action looks deep, well thought out, and perfectly executed. The action was a tinge over the top, with Leon blocking a chainsaw with his combat knife, but I think it was done, in the best of the classic Resident Evil 4 fashion. And also seemed to offer a much more aggressive, AI battle system as well, as far as the enemies go, with an added sense of isolation and, just a smidgen darker. You can definitely tell that this game, at least the village scenes, was heavily inspired by Resident Evil 8's The Village. The whole village landscape of this. When I first started playing Resident Evil 8, I was like, okay, is this Resident Evil 4? But no, but you can definitely tell that was the groundwork for this game. And of course, because Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time, I originally had it on Nintendo GameCube. When it got released for the Switch, I definitely picked it up. And I've actually been playing it a lot more ever since this game was first announced. And like many people, I was really fearful that, I'm sure Capcom will do a great job, but will it be able to hold up and keep that same sense of nostalgia that comes from Resident Evil 4, even when we play it now? After watching this gameplay footage, though, My fears have definitely been negated some, and I think that Capcom is going to do a fantastic job with this remake. Resident Evil 4 Remake will be releasing on March 24th, 2023 for the PlayStation 5, and for some reason, it's got a lot of people feeling weird about it for the PS4 as well. And if you haven't yet, definitely do yourself a favor. Go check out the trailers for both of these games. You will not be disappointed. And all right, guys, that is going to do it for today. But what do you think? Are you excited for these two behemoth games in the survival horror genre being re-released? Do you have any concerns about them holding up to the originals? Are you hoping that these two games will ever come over to the Nintendo Switch? You know, this guy's sitting over there. I can just say, ha 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 ha. No. No, it won't. But most importantly, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you would. It would definitely help out the channel. And I'll see you on the next video.